This is the Arana Nation with very historic news. Donald Trump, President Donald J. Trump, the Cheeto Cheetah, is about to meet the North Korean Pillsbury Doughboy Kim Jong Un. And this will be the first U.S. president, the first sitting U.S. president, to meet with a North Korean supreme leader. And it's ironic that all the liberals were saying that Donald Trump is a madman. He is crazy. He is unstable. He will start World War III. He will start the next nuclear war. This madman, crazy World War III starting man is the first sitting U.S. president to meet with a North Korean supreme leader to negotiate a truce between North Korea, the United States, South Korea, and the Western world. So, I mean, that doesn't sound like a World War III starting maniac. It sure doesn't. In fact, now you're hearing the liberals say, oh, well, Donald Trump is meeting with North Koreans and he is legitimizing North Korea. Well, they're sounding like the people who want World War III now. These same people. I mean, make up your mind, you crazy liberals. Make up your mind. I mean, is Donald Trump the World War III madman, or is he the one who is legitimizing North Korea? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Trump is doing the right thing. I mean, this is amazing. This is great. Let's read a little bit of this article and then we'll talk about it. So, North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has invited President Donald Trump to meet, and the president has agreed to the unprecedented meeting. This will be bigger, folks. Folks, this will be bigger than Richard Nixon going to China. This will be even bigger. South Korean National Security Advisor Chang Wei-yong recently led a delegation to Pyongyang for talks with senior North Korean leadership, briefed the White House on the recent meetings in North Korea Thursday. Chung also delivered a message to Trump from Kim Jong-un personally inviting the president to meet the young dictator. Here's what the Iranian nation suggests to the president. I don't think the president should go directly to North Korea to meet with the leader. I think they should meet somewhere neutral first. Maybe they should go meet in Switzerland somewhere, in a hotel in Switzerland, feel each other out, and the president should see if this guy is serious. The Secret Service can study him up, and we can see if he's somebody who we can take seriously to go. And if we determine that he is someone that we can take seriously, then we can go to North Korea and meet him and watch his soldiers kick up their foot up and down the street. And then we can invite the Kim Jong-un to the United States and we can show the dictator how Americans live. We can give him a tour of New York, Niagara Falls, not the bad part of Niagara Falls. I mean, I know the real Niagara Falls. I mean, my parents live in Buffalo, New York. I lived in Buffalo for a while, and I know Niagara Falls quite well. And tourists think of Niagara Falls one way, and I see Niagara Falls quite a different way. But in any case, we can show him Hollywood. We can take him to a football game. I mean, and the North Korean leader will realize that while America is not perfect, Americans live a million times better than North Koreans who are starving on the street, who are dying on the street, who live like they're in the medieval ages. Now, I mean, that is Western propaganda. We don't know if it's true or not, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe Donald Trump can ask the dictator to see how North Koreans live. Get a tour of North Korea, and if the North Korean leader is hesitant, or if he agrees and Trump sees just squalor everywhere, then Trump can let Kim Jong-un see how Americans live, and the leader will probably say, if he has sense, he'll say to himself, well, I mean, my country is a dump, and America is such a grand place. I mean, it's not perfect. You got millions of people out of health insurance, but it's still very grand compared to North Korea. They got freeways, they got all kind of stuff. I think it'll mean big changes for North Korea. I think it will be huge. And I think Donald Trump also needs to say, we're not having any peace with you until you close down all of your concentration camps, the same ones that Otto Warmbier died in. I think it'll be a slap in the face to Otto if Trump just has peace without any conditions. That would just be a slap in the face. He has to have some harsh conditions. I think North Korea needs to open up. I think North Korea needs to get into the 21st century and stop this Stalinist communist regime. But let's see what Donald Trump has said on Twitter. Kim Jong-un talked about denuclearization with South Korean representatives, not just a freeze. Also, no missile testing by North Korea during this time period. Great progress being made, but sanctions will remain until an agreement is reached. Meeting being planned. This is huge. Can you imagine Donald J. Trump, the same Trump who liberals said would create World War III and world chaos, has made North Korea bend to him. I mean, I don't want to humiliate North Korea. I mean, I think if they have agreed to this is good for them. But they have agreed to freeze any creation of nuclear weapons. They have agreed to denuclearization and no missile testing. I mean, I never thought that American president could get North Korea to do this. This is proof that peace through strength works, folks. Any feeble-minded person would have thought maybe Bill Clinton was going to be the one to negotiate peace between North Korea and South Korea and America. Well, a feeble-minded person would have thought that because Bill Clinton was a weak, buckling president when it came to North Korea. He allowed them to get their nuclear weapons to become the powerful, uncontrollable country that they are now. He let them have everything they want. He ate North Korean backside for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like a fat man eats a Chinese buffet at the Mandarin. I mean, he was just a weak, sniveling president when it came to North Korea. He was good in other ways, but he was weak with North Korea. And Donald Trump, who has been the toughest president on North Korea, has gotten this far with North Korea. This is huge. Peace through strength works, my friends. And compare that with the Mac Daddy, who, when he was in India, I mean, he heard that the Indians were upset with Canada a little bit because of the separatists. So what did he do? He did this. He kissed Indian backside by dressing like Indians. He tried to dance like Indians. He tried to talk like Indians. I mean, this guy just kissed Indian backside. And then he made a gaffe by inviting this guy, an Indian separatist terrorist who tried to kill one of India's government officials. But this is how Trudeau acts to negotiate with a country. And then you got Trump. No nonsense, steely-eyed Trump. No joking around, who got the most out of control, unreasonable nation to agree to such conditions. I mean, this is huge. I mean, this is big. Trump needs to take the same tone Ronald Reagan took when he met with Mikhail Gorbachev, says Professor Robert Pape of the University of Chicago. I mean, I would agree with that. Reagan was tough with the Soviet Union. And all the other presidents before him could not negotiate peace with the Soviet Union because of détente. They were just weak. They were sniveling. If we just kiss their ass a little bit more, just keep kissing. If we bow down a little lower, maybe then we can get some peace. Well, it only made the situation worse. You got Trump in there with his steely-eyed determination, no nonsense. He negotiated peace, just like Reagan negotiated peace with the Soviet Union with his toughness. So we've got this form of negotiating, butt-kissing Mac Daddy, long-haired Mac Daddy, swift-foot Justin Trudeau, and we've got this negotiating. So I'd rather have this than this. This over this. This is not the way to negotiate with friend or foe, because, India was a friend of Canada, and now, thanks to the Mac Daddy's weak leadership, India's Indian relationship with Canada is now strained. But we have a country that has hated the United States with a passion, North Korea, and Donald Trump, the tough Donald Trump, has managed to negotiate peace between, well, he's going to meet to negotiate peace between the two countries. And he's gotten the North Koreans to agree to several conditions that once were thought impossible. So I'd rather have this over this. And this is the Arana Nation.